My name is Dr. Murhi. I'm one of the transplant nephrologists at Rhode Island Hospital, and I am the medical director of the Living Donor Program. So any donor who is interested, or any person who is interested to be a donor, can be, including relatives, unrelated, non-directed, or incompatible pair. We always have options, and we do not really ask. I mean, it's important to ask about the blood group, but we can always have a way to do the donation and to do what we call it the kidney pair exchange, or the swapping program with another pair if there is no incompatible pair. So share the need for a kidney donor. So telling of events that led to needing a kidney donor to as many people as possible, then increases the chance that someone will call for more information. So sharing the story is, I need to have a kidney transplant, and the best option is to find a living donor. So please help me spread the word. So we really encourage the recipient to share their story and to talk about their story in social media, on Facebook, in the church, and anywhere they go to discuss it with people, and let them know that they are in the need for kidney transplantation. And again, this is the website for Rhode Island Hospital. And again, no concern about the blood type of the donor, because we can always find a way to make it work with the swap program or the kidney pair program. So we really encourage all the patients to find a living kidney donor, because the survival, or the patients living longer and has less cardiovascular diseases, has complications, they have better life after the kidney transplantation. Go and spread the word to everywhere you go to let people aware that awareness is very important, that you are in a need for a kidney transplant, and that there's a lot of shortage for a cadaveric kidney transplantation. So the resources for patients, as I said, Lori is our amazing social worker. So please reach out to her. She is very helpful in this, give information to the patients. And Michael Friend is the other social worker, but I will give all the credit to Lori.
Hi everybody, my name is Rick, and I had my kidney donation, my kidney transplant actually, March 5th of 2020. It's a lot like Sharon needs a kidney, because the same guy that's friendly with myself and Sharon did the website for us, and he's a heck of a guy. And so this is a website, and this particular man, I mean, other people had come and gone, both people I knew and people I didn't know. And it's difficult to, and it's anybody can imagine, to maintain positivity through. You know, you just can't. You can say I'm going to be positive at the beginning of the journey, but, you know, you have a bad day at work, you just wake up and you're miserable. You're in a miserable mood. It doesn't have to be anything. And then on those days, it's hard. But you really have to fight through that, because it is worth it, because I'm living proof. Because I had a bunch of bad days where, you know, maybe the worst thing, and maybe the doctor can attest to this too from her vantage point, is to have that person that's going along.
Hi, my name is Barbara Scott. I don't have that kind of extensive work to tell you about. And I will tell you, it is one of the, I don't know, just best experiences ever. Ever. I'm the kind of person, and most of us are, we want to say, we look out into the world and we say, boy, the world's a mess. There's just so much wrong. How can I help? How can I help? Well, this is a way to help in some regard. And so in that way, it was fulfilling. So if you think that you have the capacity to be a helper in that way, or someone you know does, I would encourage it. Somebody said to me, well, didn't you worry that maybe some family member of yours might need a kidney, and then you've already given yours away? Well, I said, yeah, that could happen, but I'm not going to sit around waiting to see if what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? I already did a lot of laundry for people and sent a couple of kids through college, and I had done that part, and if I could be the one to give, then if my family members needed it, that perhaps someone else would do that too.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sheila Drew. 12 years ago, I donated a kidney to a stranger. And it was just after Easter, she was getting ready to go to bed, and I was looking at my email, and it was an email from Quali, the organization that we adopted from. And I can't read it, but it was a woman, Kay Benson, and they had an adopted child that was 8 years old, and she was on dialysis. And they had already reached out to their families, their neighbors, their churches, every relative known to man, because it had been 2 years on dialysis already. And they said, this email went to 10,000 adoptive parents. And it said, we have a child just like you, a little Chinese girl, and we love her more than the world. Would you consider being tested? So I said to my husband, oh, I'm so giving Hannah my kidney if they don't find a match. So I wrote back to the mom that night. She said, oh my God, you sound like a perfect match. You know, I hope it's you and all that stuff. So I was very, very excited. I thought this was like God connecting with me because, you know, this is Hannah. She was 8 at the time. And she looked just like my baby. And I think, if my child needed a kidney, I would pray to God so it would come forward. So I had no question. I wasn't scared. I just knew I had to do it. So I went through a million tests. I had to see a social worker and a nurse, a psychiatrist. My mother's like, you're never going to pass, you know. I had tons of blood work, 24-hour urine. I had the urine jug under my desk on ice during work and didn't tell anybody what I was doing because I didn't want anybody to know in case it didn't work. Chest x-rays. Well, I was having the chest KUV, and I could keep my top on just to move the skirt. And the checks came over, and they're like, oh, and I could see them in the other room. I'm like, oh, what's that? So this is me, the first day post-op. Some of that smile is because of morphine, but you can see I got my retainers in my cup. My husband brought my pearls. I got my rosaries on. And I was ready because I heard that after a couple of days they might let me meet the person. You know, I called Hannah's mother because I knew Hannah was donating. She was receiving her kidney August 9th, and I gave mine actually August 6th. Now I didn't tell Hannah, or Hannah's the girl. I didn't tell Mom that I was doing that. But I called her and I said, "Oh, how's Hannah doing?" She said, "Oh, she's doing amazing." You know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, "Well, can you tell Hannah something for me? Tell her that I donated a kidney in her honor." Because she gave me the idea. And she said, "Oh my God, we're going to meet you." So we met at a restaurant. Everything I do in the whole wide world is because of faith. It's very, very important to me, my family. And if I can help someone, it just makes me feel better. So don't go away yet. Because this was going to be the end, and I had to add on the myths. So, but please consider sharing your spare, okay?
My name's Dan Cawley. I gave a kidney to a friend, but he didn't know I was going to give it. I go to Assumption Church in Providence, and I saw in the parish bulletin that Father Ray Tatro needed a kidney. And so I took the bulletin home and called the number that was associated with it and asked, is 58 years old too old to give a kidney? And they said, not necessarily. And they asked a few basic health questions, and I did fine. Did fine with that. Then I gave the kidney, and it was great to do. And one of my sons said, "Remember what you said to Ray Tatro?" You know, because he called me up to say thank you from a different hospital room. And I said, no. What did I say? He said, "Use it well." And he did. He's a great man who's done tons for the community. It was a beautiful opportunity, and I won't do it again, but I would encourage anybody who's thinking about it to do it. Thank you.
I'm Sharon Foley, and I had the inspiration to get this group together because along my search for a kidney donor, I met wonderful people, some of them in this area here and even beyond. So it's been, I have had people, family and friends that have offered, and for whatever reason, they go through the evaluation process and it hasn't worked out for them. And I've had a couple of strangers, like Father Ray Tatro called me before he died, and he said, Sharon, he said, go to the churches. So I did go to the churches, and immediately after, one priest in Barrington spoke about it from the pulpit. So informing the public and making people aware of the great need, I think, there's like over 295 people in Rhode Island alone that are waiting for a kidney. And I think that people are unaware of that process and how it isn't, there are some risks for the person, but there's also usually a great gift, and usually the person survives it because they're very careful about who they choose. So that's why, we kind of got this group together, and I'm so grateful that everybody's here.